Yeah, for some reason it wants me to do this again. I don't really have a problem with it, but it's a bit strange that it wants me to do it a second time. Yeah, for some reason. But here we go, I guess. Let's see here. It wants to know the time. Um. Okay. But here we go. Yeah. Okay, I'm holding on. What is it? Oh. Before we get started, can I just say something? Okay. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. Yeah. But you are actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about the experience. You're paying attention. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're paying attention too, they just don't care. Which, when you really think about it, doesn't really matter. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the game now. Well, thank you. I wonder who that was. Hmm.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, that's a little loud on my
Stanley
end.
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat...
Yeah, we've seen this. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I gotta press all the monitors. Yes, the new content. I'll look at that later. I want to get the original endings first.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he
He
entered
entered
the door
on his left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
The broom closet!
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The broom closet!
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
what
stunned to
was it
discover
again?
not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret
Nope,
was
that's
being
not right.
held from
Alright,
him?
we'll just wait then.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
So what did you say it was? I wasn't looking. 8425?
Stanley just sat around twiddling his
What happens if
thumb.
I keep getting it wrong?
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. 2845. But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
You gotta pay attention to every detail. They made all this for a reason. They want you to find the content and experience it. Hang on, there's a damn ant in my room. I hate bugs.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yes, it won't go answered for long.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think I found all the endings there. Escape!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Damn, Dory! I thought escape means escape. She lied to me.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nope, time to die.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Damn right. Oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer
What activated
to
it?
his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Well, at least it will be quick and painless, I think.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
What?
as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Well, that sounds horrible. And evil. What's this here? The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Credits. Webmaster. Jesus Higoris? Development, console development. Ah, yes, Kevin Brighting. He is my second favorite narrator. Number one narrator, of course, is Morgan Freeman. There's no arguing with that. Ugh. I don't think I got enough sleep last night. Oh. Well, let's just move this along.
Look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Oh, am I not close enough? There we go.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't...
Okay. You've twisted my arm, madam. I wonder who she is. I don't think I saw her name.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, it's possible, isn't it?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I did.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Quite.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't. I closed that shit.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
I can
I
crouch.
realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you
But I can't
all
jump.
this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Yes.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
The red door? Alright.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices.
What the?
The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here,
Okay.
let me show you.
I'm listening. Do I trust this, or is there another door? Oh god, they're both the same. What the?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
What happens when it reaches the middle? It's starting to hurt the eyes a little bit. Ooh. So what is happening to this thing? I'm gonna go, I'm just curious. Is it becoming a circle? No, it's dying. I think it's doing the same thing with different colors now. Alright, off we go.
No, wait. Where are you going?
I don't know.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Oh, that's not my
Please,
problem.
No, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Nope, I'm taking it from you.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Alright, I'll think about it. Alright, I thought about it.
No!
Oh,
Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
No.
No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
no.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
Quite the
You throw
opposite.
yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
No, of course not.
Actually willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy? Am I reading the situation correctly?
Nope, that's not what's going on at all. I want to discover more, and I can't do that while I'm here.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It
Aww.
looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Don't be such a downer, man. That's not what's going on. You put a lot of work into this game, and I must discover more.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back. All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes, it seems very possible.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, what's over
And
here?
so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Bye, elevator. What kind of elevator is that anyway?
It's, left.
Alright. That's the only way I can go.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Are you sure?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Would it make sense to retrace my steps to go back?
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Are you sure? Can I use that to escape?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
We've
Quick,
seen it
Stanley,
already.
Close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top. All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why is that gone now? Whoa.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh my god, I think it's the back rooms before the back rooms happened.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
Hang on, I think I found something.
It's better than this. Okay, let's give it a
Nope,
shot.
never
Why
mind.
not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Is it just me or is this more clear than last time? The windows were a bit more blurred. Yeah, maybe it's just my head. Yeah, like this one.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Alright.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
Is it gone? It's not gone. Okay.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps. Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm
That's
getting
not my
weirded out by
fault.
whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Hang on a second. It's probably the same, but I'm gonna look anyway.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Alright.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
I don't know.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Yeah, what were you talking about?
I apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh my god, I love it. What the? How did that? Alright.
Wait, cut the music.
What?
Go back and look at that fern.
This one?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Alright, I think I got it. What?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story?
Hang on.
Is any of this ringing a bell?
Hang on. No?
Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line? Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
I don't know. I mean, I was having fun back there. Oh, you bastard!
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
We're doing this again?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh. Sure. Alright, why not? Whatever.
Now,
I'm just in it for the ride.
this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path. A new
Oh god,
story.
this
What-
again?
anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Alright, let's do it.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Alright, I'm ignoring it. I'm ignoring it. Okay, it seems to be gone now.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity.
Indeed.
I believe I need a minute to think here.
Alright.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go...
Oh god, I'm getting
must be a
dizzy. I can't do that
reversal
anymore.
that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Then let us go to it. Wait a minute. Really? That kind of ruins it. The confusion ending.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're
Adventure, new explore
That's what
territory,
this
find the
is.
line again.
It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it
Because you're a program.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What the hell?
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, that one's over with.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, certainly.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, I'll hear you out now.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've got...
Is that the adventure line?
Here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Hey!
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
No thanks.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Wait, 427, isn't that who I was in the office? Oh, I think I understand what's about to happen.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
Has anything else changed?
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
This is a small apartment for just 2
discoveries
people.
of new lands. It was wonderful.
I mean, one person,
and each
sure,
day
but
that he returned
2?
to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Oh.
First, he imagined that one day while at work,
anything
he
else is gonna
stepped up
change
from
here
his
on
desk
there.
to realize that all of his co-workers,
All the other
his
changes should
boss,
happen here.
everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
It did!
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door.
You know, he probably could have just quit his job.
Decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
My carpet!
Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And
Game with a baby?
The Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be?
My desk got huge.
All he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I don't think I have a choice in the matter. Okay, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Nothing's happening. I think I'm being forced here.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
Please die.
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried. Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
That's different.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not.
Alright, this is the last
meeting
ending
room,
I
and
know I
Stanley
can
knew it
find.
perfectly well.
I'm sure there's more
Perhaps
hidden,
he wanted
but...
to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Why?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, I didn't.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
I seem to be colorblind. I think this is red.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I
What's
haven't even
that?
finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
No, I'm gonna go this way. It does lead to the same place, doesn't it?
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Only the worst 3%? Screw you. This is you. That's just mean. I'm going this way now. Yep, same thing.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
Why?
You hit the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So
4 hours?
Give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective. Be sure to keep
Screw
notes on
that.
your experience.
That sounds awful. I am not doing that for 4 hours.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if
Well,
it's the
neither.
latter,
I just
I'd
didn't want to
interrupt
play
you.
that
I'm
long.
Completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha!
Whoa.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for
That's
some
not
sort
how
of
that
twisted
works.
erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total
You're
mental
supposed to watch out for
depravity.
fires.
So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
I've played this game. It was pretty good. It was a little disappointing that it ended so fast, and that there isn't much else you could do other than go to the story. But it wasn't exactly an expensive game, so... Ah, damn, there's something in my eye. Hate it when that happens. I think I got it.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
What? What's wrong?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That
What
big
thing?
open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Everybody loves those kinds of games.
Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
I don't know what this
If
is.
you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Okay. Oh, look how fast I'm going.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Oh.
Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Oh god, he's going crazy. How far is this gonna go?
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I
Not
sure
really.
hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
I noticed that there was a hole down here.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Yeah, I thought you were leaving. But
Stanley,
what?
don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I can't see anything. Oh. I'm back in the office? Is this his dead game? The game that I seemingly destroyed? I want to see the break room. And it's dark. No break room. Well, let's go back to my office. That's probably where the game wants me to go. I don't think I'm gonna find anything else. Alright, off I go. I guess there's still power here. Did I make a wrong turn? This looks like Super Spy crap. What?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay, I think I have found every ending I'm gonna find on my own.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content!
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I wanna go in the... Fine, whatever. It's get dark again.
Hello, and thank you for playing The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, The Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Okay.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Kind of building it up there. I suppose I'll put a button.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Neat.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive.
No.
It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for playing.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault,
Twitter doesn't exist
I built up
anymore.
too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with
Elon
me,
Musk is
why
doing
don't we
such a
just
crappy
reset the
job
game,
at running that
and
thing,
we'll
he had to
try get back
rebrand
to
it.
what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend? Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something! Oh. You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
He took that very personally.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Oh, okay. Now I know that. Why is her computer there? That doesn't make sense at all. I'd like to continue with this, but I am out of time. Can't wait to look at the new